Well, we got a Marvel version of the Suicide Squad, but it's actually better. Not great, but better. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Buddies in Blockbuster. I'm your host, AJ, and we're here to review Thunderbolts. At this point, my buddies, you know that I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I'm just praying for any Marvel movie not to be a blockbuster, but at least a hit. And I finally can say that we have a potential hit in the making. We still got to look at the box office numbers, but I had a good time with Thunderbolts. By no means is it like this outstanding movie, but comparing to the other crap that is out there, I was entertained and it was a good time. So this is like the newly formed group. I'll be honest, just think of this as a Suicide Squad where you have a bunch of rogues, outcasts in a way, and agents that come along because of a situation that's created, and they basically need to work together and fight the bad evil and save the day. That's the high level baseline of the story. The only piece that was the addition was good old Bob. You're going to see a lot of Bob here. I'm not talking about my buddy Bob. There is a character named Bob, innocent, sweet guy who's really lonely and has a lot of issues, but he plays kind of a pivotal role why all of these circumstances and components take place. It's kind of a trigger that the antagonist uses, played by Julia Lewis, who's Valentina. And at the beginning of this movie, truth be told, guys, I thought it had the vibe and theme of the Winter Soldier. If it stuck to that theme, I think I would have loved it a lot more, because you have the government component, politics, espionage. That was basically the initial components of the first half, because it had the potential of matching one of the great movies of Winter Soldier, right? Everybody loves Winter Soldier, but they take a different approach as they move forward into the second half, and it becomes more about the emotional side, the bond, the whole feel about being together, and how you beat the antagonist, which I don't want to reveal because that's spoilerish, but it changes the whole theme from espionage and politics to this emotional vibe. And outside of that, I think the main reason on why I had a good time is because of the characters, right? Florence, who I thought is a White Widow, is now known to be the Black Widow now. I really liked her cool attitude at the beginning, but then she turns into this emotional supporting system and kind of the lead also for this group, which is pretty good. The so-called knockoff Captain America, Russell. For the folks who have not watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's introduced in that series. He's part of the group, but he's known to be the a-hole of the group, and you could tell he's just being a dick. But also he has his own like backstory, which kind of, I wouldn't say back it up, you shouldn't be a dick, but he fits in the perfect way possible. And that's the essence of the bond that each of these characters bring, because everybody is different. And good lord, I don't know why they do keep doing this for Taskmaster. If you think he's going to play a huge role, no. The smallest, I would say, cameo that she plays. But to me, the two standouts, which I really wish there was more screen time with these two folks, were Bucky, the Winter Soldier, and the Red Guardian. Oh, we just love the Red Guardian. I had to do the Russian accent. But I just love David Harbour. Whatever he brings to the table, sometimes you can't understand the dude, but he's so into the character, and I just love, as when he was on screen, it's entertaining every single time. And whenever Bucky and the Red Guardian was together, I just wanted more of their back and forth and the banter that they have. That was really entertaining. And I hope that there's some kind of series that comes out, or maybe in the Avengers, that these two are put together again. You just have fun with these two guys. I think that's the essence of the movie. The reason on why it's entertaining or something that you can actually continue to watch is because of every character is different, and they have their own struggles, they have their own backstories, which is pretty evident. And it's not the whole superhero vibe. It's kind of similar struggles that a lot of folks go through that they have, even though they want to be recognized. They want to be the standout folks, just like the Avengers, right? I think that's the heart and soul of the movie. The antagonist, I mean, Valentina was fine, just being this evil, cunning, selfish person who has her own agenda and stuff that she wants to carry out. At certain points, you might feel that this movie is a bit long, because it is a 2 hours and 6 minute movie. I think you should have just wrapped it up in an hour 50, an hour 40. And the only piece is, surprised to see this, but I'm noticing this in a lot of recent Marvel movies, is the CGI in the climax scene, and a couple of spots where you could basically tell, okay, this is some B-grade bullshit going on here, right? And talking about the climax, it reminded me of an episode of Stranger Things where you need to go through a couple of mazes, a lot of emotional trauma, and come out of it. Not gonna spoil why that's happening, but that's basically the essence of the climax and how things evolve. But end to end, I think the characters were a standout. I love Bucky, and his entrance as well was just awesome. And of course, the Red Guardian. I just love him. And Florence is turning out to be this great lead, and I really like what she brings to the table. The bond that they share is something that we all root for. Any other Marvel movie, there is two end credit scenes, one in the middle and one at the end. Middle is just fun portion, but the end is definitely something that's leading up to the other movies that are coming in. Be sure to sit back for that. In terms of a rating, guys, I honestly feel if you really want to see a Marvel movie after a long time, which is above average and not a flop, yeah, go ahead and have fun if you love these characters. But for the folks who have watched Thunderbolts, what did you guys think? Did you guys love it a lot more than me, or was it a flop in your mind? Let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share.